Hello everyone and welcome to STX Explains, an extension of STX reviews for when there is something that I want to cover separately that deserves its own video. This video is once again about cloud gaming. I have made a review about this server, and view-wise it went through the roof compared to my other videos, so I felt bad that I didn't explain one of the things that is most important on this server, the gang system. Before we start, I will have to put another disclaimer. I have reached out and interviewed a bunch of the leaders of the in-game gangs. Some of the things that has been said are, I would say, offensive. So just listen to what they have to say. They don't mean it in any bad way. Some of the things they say might be a bit too much. But I have made sure that everything that is self-incriminating has been removed. Anyway, this is the first interview. To start this, is there any person of you that has the highest rank, or is everyone the same?
Me and Muck are owner, and then Alex is infidel rank within the gang.
I'm assuming that is like a co-owner?
No, that's like one above member, the generic member rank. But he's also like a key advisor within JTS. So.
Okay, so there are actual two owners here.
Yes. Yeah.
There's no ranks between you two, like no one is higher than the other?
It's both just owner.
Okay, I'll let the choice to you to start with stating your name, first one then the other.
Okay, yeah. My name is CG JTS Gavin.
My name is CG JTS Mook.
Okay, and so we have a member slash advisor here as well.
Yeah.
Can you tell us your name?
I'm Princess Bibianya.
Okay, and what gang are you guys representing?
Jews together strong.
Okay, what is the amount of members that you guys have currently?
Currently
Really?
2 people.
7?
It's 5 in total. 5, yeah.
Okay, and is there a reason?
We wanted the gang to be more private than it was
And
previously was.
And the second reason is probably that I'm banned, so
Yeah.
Wait, you're banned?
Yeah, I get unbanned in a week.
Yeah, he got banned recently. So we took a bit of a break from managing the gang.
Okay, and I'm assuming that, as you said, you want more of a private gang, that you don't want to be like any other gang with like 40, 50 members that I've seen.
No, we don't.
Yeah, okay.
Having lots of numbers.
And what is your reason for starting this gang?
To unite the Jews of the server. That's pretty much it. We wanted to unite the Jews, and then we wanted to, just have a gang to ourselves. So yeah.
Okay, and what is in your eyes a good gang member?
A Jew. Any Jew,
first,
as long as
you
they're a
have to
Jew.
be a Jew. If you're not a Jew, then obviously, I'm sorry. But more so, you have to obviously follow our rules, for which there's only one rule in the entire gang. And that rule is just very simple. Don't be racist. Unless, of course, we allow it. Then, okay, whatever. But if you've not allowed it, just don't be racist, And, if you just follow those rules, you should go far in JTS.
With you guys' morals, what ideals do you guys have? How far are you willing to take your overall ambitions, and what do you want to achieve on the server?
We're not too interested in making a huge gang or taking over the server. We just want to pretty much not do anything, and we just want to
Exist.
just exist.
So it's just, like you said, a private gang, want to keep it to yourself.
Yeah, do anything like that.
Yeah, do you think that you're weaker because you have this mentality?
No.
No,
Absolutely not.
We're all we're fairly rich because we're Jews.
One person in our gang equals like 5 in a different one, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
agreed. One of us equals like an entire gang.
Yeah, when the Jews united, nothing could stop us.
Yeah. We've got like exponential growth in the gang. So every Jew we added, we just get exponentially stronger. So yeah.
Okay, and do you guys have any allies or enemies?
We only have one ally. We don't have any enemies, and the ally is Toast. Not a gang, just Toast.
Just the guy.
Just a person.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Plus other servers is just the only one, and that's because he's half Jew. He's not full Jew, so he couldn't get into the gang. But he's half Jew, so we just he
wanted to get in, but he just couldn't.
Yeah, since he's only half, so we just said, what, we'll be allies with you, but obviously you can never join our gang.
Yeah,
so, we set that out. So when he understood, so yeah.
Okay, and are there any more like your first and most important requirements? Are there any more that a member needs to have before they can join?
Yeah, I'd say a pretty big requirement of joining the gang is to absolutely despise every other gang in the server. That is obviously not JTS. And I'd say once you reach that point of truly just hating every single being on the server,
Except
then
the Jews.
of course. Then I'd say you're idyllic for this gang. Like you need to join us if you just despise everyone. So yeah.
Okay, so this is not something to offend you guys. As I said, I'm not biased against or with anyone.
Yeah.
So you would say that you would justify hatred and hostility against other gangs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And if it's unjustified, I think that's pretty much the main point in JTS, to be honest.
Wouldn't you say that this game wouldn't be a bit toxic for the server?
No.
No.
No, I think that the server needs someone to the server needs people like us, to be honest.
Okay, so you are low in members, so this question doesn't really it doesn't really do anything for you guys. But have you have any members you had to remove for a reason so bad that they were gang banned?
In our old gang, yes.
Okay, so that has nothing to do with the current gang.
In our current gang, no, because we've got such few members, and the only way you get in is if we choose you to join, and it's such a stringent application process. You know, once you're in, the only way you'd leave this gang is if you just left. We'd never kick you because you're in this gang for a reason.
No, if you allowed you to leave.
Yeah, if we allow you to.
Yeah, that was the next question. What do you guys think about members, especially members with a higher rank? I don't know your ranking system, but a member that is a higher rank that knows actual information that wants to leave.
I mean, I could tell your rank system if you want.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Okay, so we've got owner, aka Jew rank, yeah, and then underneath Jew we have Christian rank. So that would be what Alex is Christian rank. He's a second in command. Then below that we have Muslim rank, which is just above member, just above slightly. And then we've got member, and then below member we've got furry rank. So that's our ranking system. So if anyone that was Christian rank system wanted to leave, we just, no, you can't. You know too much. So,
Yeah.
But if they were just Muslim rank or furry rank or member, they really don't know anything, to be honest. So they're free to leave, to be honest. So yeah.
So basically, forcing people to stay if they.
No.
Yes.
No, it's only if they're Jew or Christian rank.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If they have a certain rank, you are basically saying you would not let them leave.
Yes, if they are Christian and
Indeed.
Jew. Yes.
They're not allowed.
I mean, yeah, I personally can understand that, but it
Yeah, and if they were to even attempt to leave, we're well connected. You understand? So yeah.
Okay, is there anything that you wouldn't accept as someone that has a certain qualification, or I don't know if you say it like that, or like a trait that you don't want?
Yes. So obviously, an instant denial is if you're not a Jew.
Yeah, I mean beyond that.
Too friendly you probably won't get in, to be honest.
Too racist.
Yeah, we don't want people too racist, to be honest. Like, there's a certain point where it's just too far. And I would also say if you're staff as well, to be honest, we don't really want staff in here.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I'd say that if you're too racist, your staff, or you're too friendly, don't even bother applying.
You've got to be at that right level,
Yeah, you got to hit the right levels of. You got to hit that balance.
Okay.
It's all about balance in this game, Zen.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, and the last general question I have is, do you guys have any qualifications that people can lose when you see them?
What does that mean?
For example, you guys say that someone that wants to join, needs to be a Jew, needs to show hostility,
Yeah.
and anything related to that, not too racist. That's something I understand. Is there any of those that you would say after a while you notice this is no longer the case? For example, it becomes too friendly. Will they be getting rid of right away?
If they became too racist, we just say, "Oh, tone it down a bit, mate." If they somehow converted from Judaism to another religion, just instant kick,
That's what I understand.
It's a gangbang.
And that's just an absolute blacklist. Like, we'll never talk to you again. We'll never nothing. Like, we'll never even look at you anymore. Like, yeah. I would say if you became too friendly, we just say to kick up the toxicity, please. Like, you
Yeah,
got to remain hostile to absolutely everyone. That's not JTS. Like, you need to keep that up. To be honest,
And if
that is the brand of the gang. Is just to despise everyone. If you can't uphold the brand of the gang and the name of the gang, we just don't want you in it. So yeah.
Okay, and okay, thank you very much. And now, if you have anything you want to say about your gang, little advertisement or anything like that, go ahead.
Right, if you're a Jew, you're super toxic, not too racist, not too friendly. I'd consider joining. I'd obviously applying to us, and due to
Indeed.
our stringent application process, like maybe you might get in if you meet all those. So yeah, that's about it.
Now, let's talk about everything that the gang system has to offer. First, you make a gang. This will cost you £300,000 in-game money, and here you can instantly add your name. Now that you have done this, you can see everything that can be done in the gang menu. Before we go over the tabs, let's listen to another interview. First thing, can you state your name?
Jake,
And what is the name of your gang?
National Syndicate.
Are you the only owner?
It's myself and Raina.
Okay. What is the amount of members that you have currently?
Ooh, that's a good question.
If you don't know specifically, you can just give me an estimate.
Probably about 30 or so.
Do you have a reason for this amount?
It's all people we know from playing the game over the past couple of years. I've been here 4 or 5 years, but yeah, it's just people we know and it's just our friends.
Do you have any randoms?
Maybe a couple, but there's not many people we don't know.
Okay, what is the reason for starting this gang?
I can't say why Raina started, 'cause she started it way before I joined, but
Okay.
the reason I took on Ono is because I wanted a gang to lead myself, basically, and one for all our friends to be able to join. Because after Young Savages sort of disbanded, we turned Young Savages into this, and it's just a place for a lot of people who are already in Young Savages to stay. So
Okay, so Young Savages became the National Syndicate.
it did, yeah.
Okay.
It was National Syndicate originally, then Young Savages, and then back to National Syndicate.
Oh, okay. So it was basically a name rechange.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
And the leadership change as well.
Oh, the leadership changed?
Toast was an owner while it was Young Savages, but he left and we turned it back to National Syndicate, and then I got his ownership.
Okay. What are your morals and ideals?
Ideals? We don't really have many, to be honest. We sort of just, just play the game, have fun. There's not really much to it. It's mostly just people we're friends with, and we play a lot of games with. We don't just play Gary's mods. It's more just like a group of people who play games together, really.
Yeah, just basically just a name to protect each other and to hang out.
Exactly. Base together.
Yeah.
Together, go test together, yeah.
Okay, well, this is something I already know, but as I said before to everyone else, I'm not biased with or against one. I'm just an interviewer.
Mm-hmm.
But I know you have a lot of enemies. But do you have any allies and our enemies?
We have no enemies, really. We're sort of just everyone's on equal terms, really. We'll raid anyone, we'll fight anyone, we'll play with anyone. Our only allies are the base department, and that's because we're all very close friends with them.
Okay.
We don't really have any other allies.
I do hear from a lot of people that National Syndicate is like one of the most, if not the most, hated on Cloud.
Is that true?
Yes.
I've not heard that too much. I mean, I know I'm not particularly liked among a lot of people, but we get on really well with the likes of National Institute of Gamers and Method. I mean, we play with them almost every day in multiple games. We don't get on too well with the Phalange or the Firm, but I mean, I think that's just come from personal preference of more than anything. There's no actual reason to really have any beef with anybody.
Yeah, I mean, I won't state any names as that would not help the situation. But yeah, from all the interviews I've had and I'm expecting still, I have heard that most people don't like your gang, the National Syndicate, and that while the Phalange, that you guys hate each other. That is something that I was aware of.
I mean, there's not too much hate, really.
But
if yeah, that way, he feels that way. But I don't have any animosity towards anyone, really.
I just think that sometimes people need to understand that they're playing a game.
Yeah, I mean, people take this game
Yeah, a bit too
seriously.
serious.
At the end of the day, like,
Yeah.
play the game and chill out, and people make it into more than it is for drama. So
And I think that also a person that is mostly plays with you is also one of the most hated.
Collie, maybe.
Yeah, Ollie.
He's not liked among a few people, but I mean, as of recent, like I don't know, like who's been speaking to you or what you've heard, but like we've ironed out most of our beef with the NIG and Method purely because it's just unnecessary and unfounded. Not speaking to each other, we actually get on pretty well. I mean, we play CS like together most days, like
Yeah.
competitive games, and there's absolutely no beef there.
Yeah, I did have
Very toxic.
yeah.
Issues with us, but like why they have that, I don't know, and why they continue it, I don't know either. So.
I did have the interview with Method and Nick Gang before this. They did say that they had no problems with all of you.
Yeah, I mean, we got on pretty well with them recently. I mean, literally just came from playing Counter-Strike and
Yeah.
with them, and we all get on pretty well. I mean, there's absolutely no beef at all there anymore.
Okay. I'll just move on to the next one. This one is a bit more personal. If you don't want to disclose this, that's fine. Do you have any members that has done such a bad thing they got gangbanned?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, I've been community banned, and multiple other people that are in different gangs at the moment have been community banned before, but I mean, it's such a common thing now that you sort of just live to forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've not heard anyone's been gang banned. I didn't know people could be sort of gang banned or anything really. I mean,
Okay. Something about your requirements? Would you say they are fair, strict?
we don't really have any, to be honest. It tends to be, I mean, we make sure you have some knowledge of Garry's mod and the server rules and stuff. Make sure you've not been punished as of recently. But as regards to the requirements, we tend to just invite people we're friends with. So if we get along with them and they get along with us, it's not really a problem.
So, just to clarify, is the National Syndicate a private gang, or is it for everyone that has that wants to join?
I mean, you're more than welcome to ask to join. Whether people vote for you to join is completely up to them, but we have no really set amount of requirements for people.
Ah, okay.
So it's more like if people like you and you know people in the gang, you're more than likely get in.
So have connections and don't be rude, basically.
Yeah, basically, just have a decent presence in the community, I guess.
Okay, is there anything you want to say to advertise your gang?
Not particularly. I've not really got. We don't really do recruitment as such in terms of advertisement. But if you know people in the gang, you're obviously more than welcome to join whenever you feel like it. We don't really have any set requirements, especially in time or what you do in game. You're just free to do whatever you like. So.
Now let's check the tabs out. The first menu shows the power level, the amount of players, and the ones that are online, combined wealth, and the amount of ranks. Next tab is the member tab. It speaks for itself. You could change the member ranks and then remove them, or the rank section doesn't need to be explained. I'll just move on. The level tab is more important. For money, you can upgrade your gang and get a lot of extras for your gang. These perks become more useless after level 40. First thing that I want you guys to tell me is first one gang, then the other. State your names.
I'm most for salad, but I'm called Warm Chocky or Cool Chocky or just Chocky.
I'm RZ Vibration or Razi, or in game I go by Quake Pro.
I'm Freckles.
Okay, and now to clarify, there are two gangs here. Can you guys state the names of your gang?
Me and Sprickles run the National Institute of Gamers, or NEG for short.
Yes, and I run Method. I co-run it with Riff, but he's dropped off the face of the planet. So,
what is the amount of members that you guys have currently?
We currently have, we currently have 42 members. We usually float around 42 to 45, depending on how feeling.
I'm on. I think Method's on 39. We've dropped to the lowest we've ever been on. Fallen off.
Oh, really? Is there a reason for that?
Inactivity.
The reason is we've been inactive for 4 years, but we're still we're still the third highest on the gang leaderboard. So,
okay, what is the reason for starting the gang?
Funny.
I've got this actually.
So
there's a guy called John, and he used the old spin system to spin up to like, was it like 8 billion? And he made a gang for that. And Roast thought he was exploiting, but turns out he wasn't exploiting. And yeah, we made them a gang, and then eventually he left the server, and now we have the gang to ourselves.
For Method is a bit more complicated, unfortunately.
Batty clout.
Yeah, so basically, what happened originally was the server a couple of years back was run by, effectively the gang system was run by a guy called DTT Holm, who ran the biggest gang on the server, which was DTT, Downtown Thugs. And then under that, there were two other gangs, the Chill House and the High Class, both run by other members of the community. And basically that trio of gangs controlled the server, and Holm controlled all three of those gangs. And me, who at the time was the highest like active player in the High Class, and a bunch of higher guys from all of the other three gangs, Rift being the main one from DTT, we got kind of sick of it, so we all left at once and formed a new gang called Batty Clout, which unfortunately one of the people that actually made the gang was called Squidward, who had a bit of a power fit. So we then left and then made Method, which is now what the gang is today, and in the process collapsed DTT completely because all of the higher ranking people left and joined Method instead.
Some joined Nick, you know.
Some joined Nick, yeah. But the majority of the OG Method group are all of the high-ranking DTT or THC members that left to avoid Holmes' fucking arm.
Overarching hands, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not a question that I actually have written down, but this is something I'm curious about. I've actually seen DTT come back. Is this going to be a problem for your gang?
Not really. There's like 3 of them.
Yeah. And plus, after they all left, it was basically run by children. So.
Okay, so that gang died and is probably never coming back.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say it would never come back, but it would.
If Holmes starts playing again, it will come back. Yeah,
Yeah,
it would rely on
the actual leader of the gang doesn't play. There's just a couple of the old members coming back recently. We've had a lot of old like CG players come back, and most of them won't leave their original gangs. So.
Okay. And now your morals and ideals. If you want me to explain that a bit, that's fine. I already have an explanation. Okay, what do you want to achieve under the name of your gang, and how far are you willing to go to achieve that?
Well, we don't really want to achieve anything. We're just like trying to chill, basically. Like we don't really want beef with anyone, although we kind of do, but that's not really our problem.
No, I mean, we have nothing to lose, nothing to gain. We're not active enough to like have beef with anyone. People have beef with us, that's usually just like 1 or 2 members against 1 or 2 members. Our end goal is just a place to chill for older players who want to get back into the server.
Yeah, we kind of collect OG people, but we had a few of them get kicked a while ago, so we're kind of getting them all back.
Yeah. And just like if you ever join our Discord, just memes in general, pretty much. And if your memes are banned, you get perma-banned. So
yeah, that's a new rule.
Wait, what?
If you post bad memes in our Discord, you get perma-banned.
Oh.
Risk high reward.
No post or post good memes, pretty much. We have 1 or 2 victims already.
Oh, really?
Okay. Ideologies, I guess. Like, it's the same shit, really. It's like we're trying to be chill. The whole point of Method originally was that we had no enemies and no allies at all. Well, Nig is kind of our closest ally because we've effectively just become gangs together, I guess. Like the Method gang Discord used to be the Nig gang Discord as well, but they splintered off.
And then I feel like currently the Method gang Discord has become the Nig gang Discord.
Yeah,
because we all play CS.
Yeah, like the method nowadays, it used to be like having no allies, no enemies. Still the same thing, but it's more of just a chill space. Like the Discord's not really used for actual gang related stuff anymore. It's used more for like, just mates chilling and fucking about. Stuff. Yeah, it's more of a community rather than a gang now at this point.
Okay. Well, you've both already basically named this, but I'm still gonna ask because it's here. Do you guys have any allies or enemies?
No allies, no enemies. Oh, we hate Method. Sorry.
Okay.
This is a formal declaration of war.
Oh no.
Well, I'm not active enough for this, Sprickles. Okay. I'm also poor.
Okay, let's start beef. Ready? I hate CG Customs were coming for you back in 2014, but we're coming for you. They don't exist anymore, but
What about NS? The other gang I interviewed actually forgot to mention that they exclusively hate the National Syndicate.
well, they're whatever, I guess. Like, they're fine.
So they've never wronged you guys?
Problem with them. So.
No, I mean a lot of our members just play CS with them, so I don't know.
Ah, okay. This might be a bit more personal, but I like to ask things that I should probably not know. Do you guys have any members that did such a bad thing that they got gang banned?
Yeah, Billy Bongus.
Yeah, Billy Bongus.
Oh god, Billy.
OG members, like old community managers and SAs and stuff like that. So he got kicked. Very immoral action.
Immoral, absolutely immoral. Who else?
There's a few
Notion. Chris.
Oh yeah,
Chris got
Notion's
kicked from our gang for being a kiddie fiddler.
He is a pedophile. Make sure you put that in your documentary.
Pedophile.
No, he is actually a pedophile. He's a genuine sex criminal.
Okay. So
I'll make sure to put a disclaimer before that is heard.
Yeah. He is a real pedophile.
It's fine. He'll pay for his lawyer and credit.
Oh.
I mean, we probably kicked a few members for being racist in the past, but nothing.
I think the only people that were ever gang banned from us, we had like a couple of gang hoppers, like Courier and Notion and stuff like that move around too much to be useful to the gang. And the only other person that is unfortunately gang banned is Lieutenant Who, the man himself. Rip Lieutenant Who, the self-proclaimed racist, who we unfortunately had to remove from our gang.
He was incredibly racist.
He was this normal guy. He was really chill, and then he started being really racist. And then when people called it out on him, he said they were discriminating against him for being a racist. So he was an interesting individual. He was a really nice guy, but he was just a racist, and he hated non-whites. So
okay.
Spencer in your gang, Chucky.
Okay, the last question that I have is, do you guys have any needed requirements to join your gang?
Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure our gang post has some needed requirements.
Yeah, I think you wrote them, didn't you?
if you're a prick, you don't get into
we don't really care. Like, we invite people with funny names, but...
We invited a guy called Puss Nasty Gang Gang. He got invited purely because he had a funny name.
Unfortunately, I couldn't invite Durag Foreskin, who refused to leave.
You're not allowed to use the custom job Blaze because it's cringe. Raid and don't destroy printers because that's mean. Beef with anyone that pipes up, and spam National Institute Gamers as much as you can. That's pretty much it.
We need to change that Blaze rule because that's a bit outdated.
Well, no, I literally said Blaze. It just says own good CJs.
Oh, okay.
And all the CJs are good.
Oh, yeah.
Apart from Blaze.
Oh, we have a national anthem. I forgot.
Yeah, Helicopter.
Of course you do.
Helicopter.
So to sum up the requirements, just don't be a dick. Don't use a custom job that would put shivers down your spine, and that's it, basically.
Yeah.
So essentially we don't give a fuck.
I heard that Method basically has the same thing, just...
Don't be a cunt, otherwise you're all cool. That's about it.
Actually,
okay.
I found it. Number one rule of the game is don't be a cunt. Written out. So yeah, don't be a cunt. Be nice.
This is something I can say from personal experience, being in a gang that was level 14 or above. The stories for things you can add to your gang. The credits are made by winning turf wars. This is something I will discuss later. The leaderboard doesn't really seem to work, so there's nothing more I could say about that. Okay, first thing, state your name.
My name's Chris and I'm from the Chill House.
What is your amount of members that you have currently?
43.
And is this the member count that you want? Is it too high, too low?
It's too low. Normally we've got 45, but we kicked a few people.
What are your morals and ideals?
Not really much. I would say for just morals, just be nice, which is hard for me, and not be toxic. But apart from that, just chill, really.
Okay, so you don't have like I want to take over the entire server and destroy every other gang that there is.
I mean, there's a bit of competition, and it's always best to be the best. But apart from that, I mean, it's not like regimented, so you have to be on X amount of hours or anything like that.
Yeah.
If you're good, you're good, and if you're a shitter, you're a shitter. Really.
So it's just a bit of some healthy competition, not like killing rivalries or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Just a bit of rivalry. That's the best thing, and the best thing for the server, really, because if that's why, I mean, the gang itself, I'm sure you'll ask later. Like, we don't really have many allies apart from the CCP and the firm. Don't want to really ally with big gangs because if you ally with big gangs, then it just makes the server boring, in my opinion, because there's no one to raid and nothing to do really.
Yeah, they all team up and just make everything boring because you can't do anything anymore.
Exactly. You just have one big base. You can't raid it, and it's just, especially for say like lower gangs or smaller gangs or like you say inactive gangs where they've say one or two members come on and they can't compete. So it's always better to, in my opinion, to just base just with one gang, which is ourselves, and that's it.
Yeah. So do you have any official allies or enemies?
Enemies? I don't know. I mean, the Disciples seem to not like us, and I think it's called Phalange. Phalange?
Yeah, the Phalange, something like that.
Phalange. I call them Flange, but I would say they're enemies, but not really like, we hate each other. It's just sort of just
didn't work.
We'll raid them, they raid us.
Yeah.
Part of the cycle, really.
Okay, you said you have CCP and the firm as your allies. Okay, and a name that I've heard a lot through all the interviews that it might not completely sound normal to say this as someone that is unbiased, but do you have any enemies that have the tag NS, National Syndicate?
Me and the owner of NS, Jay, we used to be in the same gang, I would say in 2018, I think. And I mean, we're sort of chill. We don't necessarily want to raid each other, or not raid each other. We don't want to be enemies. Jake doesn't want to be allies, which makes sense. Like as I say earlier, there's no point in have two massive gangs team up and then you've just got no competition. So we're just sort of we're friendly. We're not. I would just say we're neutral. Really, we'll raid each other, but it's sort of no harm done sort of thing. It's just part of the life cycle, I would say.
So like we mentioned before, it's just the healthy competition.
Yeah, exactly, and it's what makes the server fun, because if you've got every gang on the server back in, I mean, late 2019, I think there's a gang called Downtown Thugs, my gang, the Chill House, and a gang called the High Class. They all became like really close together, called the Crime Family, and they basically used to block off industrial, like the actual whole thing. And obviously, say you've got 30 people basing there was no chance to raid that base at all. So it just became very, very boring. And that's what I don't want to do. I want to have one big gang, but not a very, very dominant gang where we can do everything, basically.
You just want to be able to defend yourself, your own, and then do your own thing.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Just be independent. That's why we don't ally with big gangs.
Okay, this is a personal question. I've said to everyone else, you don't have to disclose this. Also, don't have to name any names. Do you have any members that has done something that is so bad that they ended up being gang banned?
For my gang now, we've only been sort of thing for about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks now. When did we open the gang again? I mean, the owner of the gang's Raid on Tracks. He doesn't play anymore. He's got his own sort of priorities, I would say. I mean, the gang itself got started up again on the 15th. It's going to be 2 weeks tomorrow when it started up, and we don't really have anyone or big drama. I mean, we've got Gaben in the gang, who's a bit of a moron at the best of times. But apart from that, we've got not really big drama. We did have there's a guy called V was in the gang for a short space of 10 minutes, who got banned because he wanted to steal base dupes from every gang on the server.
Yes, this has been discussed in more than one interview. That everyone is clearly aware that V is not a good person to have in your gang or to be around overall. It's a bit of a snake.
I was in a Discord with a few people from National Syndicate and a few other gangs in their Discord, and then he puts in chat that. So I messaged a few people from National Syndicate about it, and then, I mean, as I say before, I'm not on the bet. We're not sort of neutral, but we're not on the. We don't hate each other either, like Disciples and all that, and Jib's gang, I think that is Disciples as well. I messaged them, just letting them know what's going on, so don't invite them to their gang.
Basically, just a friendly warning to all other gangs. This is what has been done. This is what we can prove. Do with it what you want.
Exactly. Just it's like, say, if you were working for a company and someone done really something bad for your company, then you would let everyone else know who they were applying for. It's essentially just giving a reference, really, and that's what I've done because I don't want horrible people in gangs, if that makes sense. But
I agree with the way you say it. It's a proven fact that this has been done, so I also would not want him to be around me and my gang.
In terms of other people have sort of banned from the gang, as I say, we're not that old. I mean, the gang itself, the Chill House, that's been around for what I would say 5 years-ish, 6 years probably. And the actual, this iteration, I'd call it just iteration 7. I don't know how many startups have been of it, but I know there's been a lot. That's what there is a joke about there. Back in the day, you've had people being banned. I can't remember who, but I mean, as a general rule of thumb for our gang, we don't want rule breakers. That's why I say if you break more than 3 rules, you kind of get not kicked from the gang, but you get strong telling off, and then if you do it again, you get kicked, because we don't want to have that bad reputation where all of our gang members are, say, rule breakers. That's why, I mean, I've just been speaking to a guy from National Syndicate today, a higher person from there, just being like, he was messaging me saying this someone's broke rules, so that's that. We just discussed that one person, but yeah, apart from that, we don't really have any major people who have kicked from the gang.
Okay, so the gang is a bit young still, but other than it being young, it's clean.
I mean, it's had history, as I say. It's been around for 6 years.
Yeah.
The gang itself, the name, it's been around for a while. That's for sure. Probably one of, I would say, the oldest gang, which is sort of mainstream. Obviously, you've got, say, Downtown Thugs, which is, I would say, the old. Actually, no, you've got Unknown Masters, which that is the oldest gang, and then you've got, I would say, Downtown Thugs, and then us, and then you've got Method and National Institute of Gamers as well. But in terms of this iteration of the gang and the player base that we've got in the gang now, yeah, it is fairly new.
Okay, can you tell me a little about the requirements that you have for your gang, and if you think they are too easy, good enough, or too strict?
To be fair, these are the requirements that we've had for quite a while now. We don't have a specific requirement itself, we do have a template, and it's just sort of, have you read and understood the rules of the server? Like, sort of, how old are you? We mainly just ask that just for...
Yeah, just general questions.
Yeah. Your in-game name, if you've had 1 week of gameplay on the server, and we've just added one recently just for your playtime on the server.
Oh, yeah.
As well, because you could be on for one hour a week, 1 hour a day for a week, and say, yes, I do, I'm active, but no one's seen you. And we just have a thing saying, why should we accept you in the gang, and you need 50 words. Just looking recently, someone just put lol as the 50 word, and they've been declined. But yeah, apart from that, we don't have any specific requirements. You just need to be not a moron, even though we've got Gaben in the gang. And apart from that,
okay, last thing, an advertisement for your gang. If you want to say anything about your gang, little advertisement for recruiting, you can do that now.
Don't really need to at the end of the day. We're organised. Apart from that, you'll probably have Gaben or someone coming up to you, probably mugging you with 3 people asking you to join.
I have personal experience with that.
I mean, I kind of started it off just as a joke.
Now, the best thing on this server. The way you get credits to spend on your gang store is by winning turf wars. A turf war is an event that is for gangs to fight against each other in a certain area. It's a bit King of the Hill style. The people that can keep the area locked down for their own gang longest will win a credit to spend in the store. As you might have seen, you need a lot of credits, but these turf wars are extremely competitive and extremely fun to participate in. If you have a gang, you can also make a post about it on the forums. Here you can add a recruitment template, rules, requirements for your gang, and anything else you want to add to it. Alright, I will end the video here with the last interview, and I hope everyone enjoyed this video, and I hope to see some of you in game. Goodbye for now. State your name.
Hi, I'm Jib, I'm the owner.
I am Lemsy, I'm another owner.
I'm Ryan and I'm a co-owner.
Okay, can you say the name of your gang?
Disciples.
Is it, this is just clarification, is it the Disciples or just Disciples?
The Disciples.
Okay, I'm just making sure. And what is the amount of members you have currently?
We have 42 at the moment, 42 members.
Okay, and would you say this is the amount of members you want? Is it too high, too low?
I'd say we want more members. To be honest, want to hit the max.
Okay, what is the reason that this gang has been made?
We made it for a joke originally. We got bored of Young Savage, and we took it seriously after that.
Okay, so this is also a split off of Young Savages. What are your morals and ideals?
Well, we want to become the biggest gang in the server.
We'd like to kick out some inactive members and just get a nice player base going of active members, and get Park.
This is actually the first time someone actually explained their actual ideals, because everyone else says, "No, we don't have any. It's just for fun." But you guys actually want to take over the server and just destroy other gangs.
We do.
Yeah,
we
we
just
want
want
to be on
a
top.
ton of active members.
We're
We just
committing
want everyone
genocide.
So there's literally no chance for other people to win turf wars. That's what we want.
Okay, do you guys have any allies or enemies?
We are allied with the Blank Gang and Base Department, and we are considering alliance right now with Phalang. Do we have any enemies?
Yes.
I'd say National Syndicate is going to be one of them soon.
We used to be alliance with them. Didn't
Yeah, we used to
or
be.
was that just?
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, that went the wrong way.
It was a complicated relationship, we'll say.
Yeah.
I mean, I just had not just, but for the people that will hear this, I just had another interview with Jake. Jake actually said that they have no enemies and that they are actually fixing all the problems that they have with other gangs. Do you guys want to comment on that?
We haven't got any messages.
Yeah, if he messages us and tries to sort all the issues out, then yeah, sure, we'll settle things.
Doesn't help that they stole our gang color as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
They we get our color, they copy it.
This is a bit more personal. If you don't want to disclose this, you don't have to. Do you guys have any members that did something so bad they got gang banned?
Yes, actually. I don't think we should say the name, but someone used the gamer word a couple times.
Yes. Yes, they did.
So we just banned him totally from practically everything.
Okay, so basically a racist?
Yeah.
Quite literally a racist.
Okay. A little about requirements that you would say a member needs if they want to join.
So we expect them to be relatively active. We expect them to attempt to help out. We don't expect any donations or anything. We just would like if they'd be active. They have to be relatively experienced with the server, but we don't really ask much from them. We don't really have many requirements. Yeah.
Would rule breakers actually get punished within the gang if they break a rule?
They would, yeah. We don't like rule breakers in our gang because we don't want to set a toxic reputation for the gang. So we try and cut down on our rule breakers. We'll warn them. We'll kick them if needed. But yeah.
Okay. Now the last thing, a little advertisement for your gang.
Hello, my gaming gangsters. It is I, Jesus Christ, and I have been sent down to tell you that the Disciples is recruiting now PM Lemsey or Jib to join this spectacular gang and become a true disciple. Thou shalt defeat the distancers and dominate the server with power and pride. Thank you.